In this video, we are going to see the ripple sorting. There are so many sortings available: ripple sorting, insertion sorting, bubble sorting, cell sorting. In this video, we are going to see first the algorithm of ripple sorting, how that works. Then we will see the working of ripple writing a program in Visual Basic. I have taken 6 elements. So the first element, second element, third element, fourth element, fifth element, sixth element. Okay. I have taken the element 55, 75, 25, 50, 80, 20. These numbers I have taken randomly, and we are going to see how that works. First, I have to check the first element with the second element. I will take as the 55 as my first element as I, and the second element as J. Okay, I am going to check the condition as greater than. Okay, greater than. First element is less than 75 or not. That is my condition. Okay, the first element is 55 is not less than 75. So I have to check the next element. Now J will be moved to second element, third element. Now 25 and 55 were checked. The condition is true. If the condition is true, I had to swap the element. 25 will move to the ith position, then 55 will move to the jth position. That is third place. That is swapping is happened. Okay, other element I will keep it same. 80, 20. Okay. Now J is moved to fourth place. I is in the first place. Okay. Now the condition is, I am checking the less than condition. My condition is false. So I have to check the next element. 80 is checked with 25. Now also condition is false. So I will move the J to last position. Now the condition is true. So true means I have to swap the element 20 and 25. Okay. This is my first iteration. First iteration is over. J I cannot move further. Now the first iteration is over. In the first iteration, we can see the first element is placed in the first position, arranged properly. 20 is the reached the first place. Other element I will write 55, 50, then 80. Now I have to check the second element with the third element. I is placed here, J is placed here. Okay. Now the condition is true. True means I have to swap. 55 will come to this place, 75 will go to the third place. 50, then 80, then 25. 20. See, we are learning the process, how that sorting happened. So we have to be very careful. We have to write all the elements. Then only we can avoid the confusion. Now I is in the second place. J is moved to fourth place. Now J is here. The condition is checked. The condition is true. True means I have to swap. 50 will come to this place. 50 will go to this place. 75. Remaining element I have to write, otherwise we will be confused. Okay. Now I is here only. J is moved to the fifth place. Okay. Now the condition is false. 80 is not less than 50. So I have to move j to the next position. Now the condition is true. True means I have to swap. 25 will come to this place. 50 will go to the jth position. Now this iteration is, second iteration is over. And write the other elements. Now the second element is also ready. This is my, when my second iteration is over, the second element will be replaced in its place. Okay. Now I have to start the third iteration. So I has to be in the third place, j has to be in the fourth place. Now I am checking the condition. Now the condition is true. So 55 swapping will happen. 55, 80, 50. Then I'll write the sorted element also. 25. Okay. Now I is in the third iteration, so j will go to the fifth place. Here fourth place it's available. Now it go to my fifth place. Okay. My condition is checked. The condition is false because 80 is not less than 55. So j will go to last place. Now the condition is true. True means it has to swap. And 50 has to do this. Now I will write the other 20, 25, 50, 75, 80. Okay, this is my third iteration. In my third iteration, third element is arranged. Okay, now I is in the fourth place, j is in the fifth place. Now I have to check the condition. My condition is 50 is not less than 80. So I have to move to the j to the next position. The condition is true. 55 is less than. So I got to swap 55. Then remaining amount I will write 20, 25, 50, 55, 80. Now also the fourth element is arranged in my fourth iteration. In fifth iteration, I has to be started with fifth place. Then j has to be checked. Now it's a simple check. 75 less than, so I got to swap 75, 80, remaining element 20, 25, 50, 55. Now there is no need to check the last element. If I move j here, so there is no element to check with j. So what we can understand is, if I am having a 6 element, 5 iterations are over. 5 iterations is enough. I cannot go to the 6th iteration. Okay, that is the thing we have to remember. Another thing is, whenever I am keeping I inside, when I am keeping I in second position, the jth iteration has to starts from next place of the I. So from that algorithm, what we can understand is, I has to be started from the first element, then j has to be started from the second element next to the ith element. So normally when we are writing a sorting algorithm program, we will use a to for loop. That's why I would use for I loop and j loop. For I equal to, I have started with n 1 to 5. If I am using n element, I have to write a general form as n minus 1. N is 6 means I have to write n minus 1, that is 5. Then for j loop has to start from I plus 1 to that can check up to last element, end element. These are the things you have to remember. I has to start from 1 to n minus 1, j has to start from I plus 1 to n. Then swapping has to happen. Swapping, how normally we'll do? When I want to swap one element to another element, I will take a temporary element t and I will put my first element in the temporary element. Now A of I is free, so I can move the A of j to I. Now A of j is free, so the temporary element will be moved to A of j. This is for swapping. This is the algorithm. If you are free, you can put some other elements and do the sorting. Then you will have the clear idea of how the sorting works. Now we will see, we will write a program in VB for the ripple sorting. I will take a command button to 3 command buttons I will take. One is for reading and another one is for printing and another one is for searching. This one I'll put print. This one I'll put sort. Okay. Now I have to declare the array dim A of 10 as integer. Okay. This is a fixed array. We are having a 2 arrays, fixed array and dynamic array. And the size is given. It is called a fixed array. I have given the size as 10. I have to use the variables dim I as integer, dim j as integer, dim n as integer. Okay. Now in my command button, I have to read the element. I will get the size of the array first. Input box of enter the size of array for I equal to 1 to n element, A of I equal to input box of enter elements I will put to I also. Next I. Now this will read the array. Now I have to write in the print event. I'll copy and put. Okay. I have to use the print A of I. Okay. First we'll check the program whether reading and printing is doing properly or not. Give 5 elements, 22, 33, 46, 50. 5 numbers I given and print. Now it's working. Okay. I will write the sorting, the command button. Okay. I have told you we need 2 for loops for I equal to I equal to, I have to start 1 to n minus 1. For j equal to I plus 1 to n. Okay. My condition is if a of I has to be checked with a of j, then if the condition is true, swapping has to go. T equal to a of I equal to a of j. Now a of j is empty, so a of j equal to 10. Okay, and if then we have to put the next j first, inner loop has to be closed first, then outer loop. Okay, now I'll run the program. First I have to read the element. First I'll type out 5 numbers. First element it is asking. Print, I will just print. Now sorting. Again I will print. Now the elements are sorted. Okay. This is the algorithm. This is the program of ripple sorting. Okay, you can remember I has to start from the first one. Then j has to be started the next to I. It has to done for n elements. So with this you can understand the ripple sorting. For that, first you have to do the manual work first. I will take 8 elements. Elements. Okay. Now you can see print. Oh, again I have 8 elements. Okay, print. Okay, sorting. After sorting, you can see the elements are sorted. Okay. So whenever you want to study any sorting method, you just go through the algorithm, work it out, then start writing the program. Okay, thank you.